Hey, what's up guys and gals? My name is Rick9G. Thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be looking at the Three Stooges. Now, I've been looking at the bloopers, facts, and really interesting history of all the Three Stooge shorts, starting from number 1, and currently we are on 51 in this video. If you want to take a look at the rest of them, don't forget to look at my playlist. There's a link down below, or you can just type in Rick9G Three Stooges and it should pop up. Today's Stooge short is called Cookcoo Cavaliers as opposed to Cuckoo Cavaliers. That is often a mistake. Now, Cuckoo Cavaliers is the 51st entry in the series released by Columbia Pictures, of course starring the Stooges on November 15th, 1940. That was filmed between June 6th and the 10th of the same year. Interesting note that the working title for this short was Beauty a la Mud, which is of course the play on all the mud they use on the women inside the beauty salon. The plot has to do with the Stooges opening a beauty salon, which they have no idea how to run. But then 3 girls show up and they want to get their hair done. Of course, the Stooges bleach it, and not only that, but he makes all the girls lose their hair. What makes this short unique is that it was shot mostly, in terms of the exterior shots, all within the Columbia Ranch. It began with an urban setting on the Brownstone Street, and it transitioned to a western backdrop on Western Street. Now they of course dressed this up to look like Mexico, and it was really interesting to see the transition from the episode. It's actually very drastic from the first half of the episode to the second. First blooper you can immediately see in the first scene of the short. You can see this truck that's being driven by Larry. Well, if you look really closely, that's not Larry. That's a stand-in for Larry Fine. The reason why he's not there, who knows? He obviously was not there for the shot. But if you look up on the canoe with Mo and Curly, that is them. And it would make more sense to use doubles for them because they're really high up, but they don't. And so it's a really unusual shot that I want to point out to you. And if you continue looking at this image, I can't believe this was shown on camera. Look behind the truck and you're going to see the facades of this actual Brownstone Street. You can see the stucco that's in between. You can essentially see that this building is hollow. That is not part of the story. That's not how this is supposed to look. It was one of those things that the camera caught. It is basically a bad angle in filming, and I can't believe they didn't figure this out. Remember, they were not able to refilm a lot of these things in case there was a big error because of budget restraints, so I guess they left the shot in. Now here we see a dog that walks up to the fish. Of course the fish is stinky, it's old, it hasn't been sold in so long, and the dog quote unquote faints. Notice the position that the dog is in right now. Then we move to a shot of Curly speaking, we move back to the dog, and the dog is in a completely different position. Pretty funny. In this scene, Mo slaps Curly on the forehead. Take a look at Larry. He does laugh and quickly tries to recover by going back into character. I highly recommend you watch this short and pay attention to the hit and then rewatch it again to see Larry's reaction. Now the boys make their way to Mexico, and to their surprise, it was not a salon, that is a salon where you can drink, similar to a bar, but they in fact have and they own now a beauty salon, so they have to deal with that type of business and their clients as well. They get the first customers and they put mud on this woman's face. In their eyes, this is a mud pack. But notice as the mud dries, it changes color as the camera changes from one cut to the other. Now here the boys enter the new beauty salon, and if you look on the wall on the upper left side, you will see the shadow of the boom mic. Now going back to this point where the 3 boys are putting the mud on the woman in the chair, you can notice that there's a little bit of shenanigans and a little bit of impromptu work going on between the Stooges. You can even see Larry chuckling just a little bit as they impromptu throw a little bit of mud on each other. I always call them the Honorary Stooges, and that is Emil Sitka, Bud Jameson, and Vernon Dent. Neither of the 3 of them appear in this short, which is kind of rare for these 3 gentlemen. They usually appear, Emil Sitka more with the Shemp shorts, but it is interesting to note that they're not here. After Mo smashes the hardened mud pack on top of the woman's face, you will see that there's a mysterious disc on Curly's head. The reason you may ask, well, why is this here? Well, because there was some scenes that were cut from the short to make it shorter and to make it viable for the time that was needed. And so that scene that explained why it's there isn't in this short. So in essence, we don't know exactly why it's there. Finally, right at the end of this short, we see Mo throw a hair remover bottle and it hits the wall, shatters, and all of the solution goes on top of this dog. We see Curly cleans the dog, and interestingly enough, we see the dog again, but he never loses his hair. Why not? Who knows? I guess it's Stooge magic. And that's it for this one, guys and gals. Thank you so much for the support as always. Again, don't forget to look at the 50 previous Stooge shorts that I think you'll absolutely enjoy, even some that you may not see regularly that play on television. I'll see you next time, but don't forget, be hopeful. Thanks as always to all the Patreon supporters, especially the executive producers for this video, Andy B, David D, Ricky, and Joe R. Thank you so much to everyone.